Hello comrades, today I will talk about a little bit of how the grain hub works and what it does. Also I will talk about problems you can get with this thing, and in the end I will show you some additional or alternative setups. There are many ways to do this, and this is only one thing where I present how to do it with the things you have in vanilla to build a compact but powerful storage system. So, let's have fun, enjoy me. So you already see that I have created a higher traffic situation, which is deliberate. So this grain storage system is currently sized for 2 farms. And why 2 farms? Because it has, let's get a little bit slower so that time doesn't run away. It has these 2 blocks of grain storages, which can store, each of the row can store 2,400 tons. So it's 4,800 for this one and 4,800 for this one. This one should always be empty because it's the import silo, and these 2 should always be full because they are the export silo. So if a train comes out and want to pull something out, they should fill up. And let's take a short look at how the distribution offices are set up. And for this I want to go into the night. So it's raining. It's even raining if it's paused, which is a little bit funny. So we have the night, and this distribution office is the import distribution office. So it pulls out every grain which comes in and stores it here in the buffer storages. And you see it how they are marked. So he pulls out from the road station and puts into the central buffer storages. The buffer storages work this way that if you put in something in the middle storage, left and right gets filled equally. So this one we can use to have 1 loading point and 4 drop-off points. On the other side there's an export distribution office, which is this one here. Let's stop it. Which pulls out from the outer ones and puts it into these ones. And these ones are there so every train who wants to have some grain from this system can load it as fast as it can. Like I said, I'm simulating traffic here, and currently I'm simulating 3 farms, which is 1 farm more that this thing should handle, because the all-in-all storage is around 10k of grain. And 1 farm, so this farm here, for example, can produce 4,000 tons of grain, roundabout. You lose some at the end of the year, yeah. But I rather lose some grain, to be honest. In November, if the temperatures start to dip below in the minus temperatures, thank you also for the comment for this one. You lose some grain, but if you pull out the grain fastly from the fields, you don't lose as much. And if you stop harvesting and sowing at the end of October, so you lose none, you also get none. I rather harvest more than I can take. Also, it's a little bit on the stylish side, so if it's winter, I don't want to have my machines on the field. And in the winter, you nearly don't get, so if snow is there, you don't get anything out of your fields nearly, because everything is slowed down, and the crop rots also faster away because it's constant minus temperatures. Okay, back to topic. So 4,000 tons, this one is around, let's do the math. So 1 has 8,000 tons, 3 have 2,500 tons, 4 have 4,800 tons, 8 have 9,600 tons. Then you have this one who should always be empty. At the current time it isn't because it's on high load. 10,400 tons, and additional 2 which came to 800 times 12,000 tons. So yeah, so 4 farms, 3 farms could be reasonable for this one, especially if you pull out at the same time. This hub setup is good for internal usage. So if you want to have, for example, a food factory or a clothing factory or alcohol factory on the other side, you have 1 train which pulls out the whole year, and you have a storage facility which can store up all your harvest, which comes in 3 months. This is always the point. So here he needs to be faster than the farm produces. Let's say it produces 1000 tons per month. A little bit over, but it's okay. So this buffer storage has 500 tons a month. So at least I need to be 2 times, I need to clear this one 2 times out. This train has 3600 tons of crops stored. So he needs to be 3 times a month roundabout here to clear out the buffer storage and get it safely somewhere deposited. If you can't do this, if you have some traffic on your line or something, you will not succeed, and you will lose crops because you cannot store them anywhere. There are a number of solutions where you can make this problem not so hard for you. So, for example, there are in the workshop there are modded silos which have a capacity of 4000 tons, which is optimal for this setup, and also have a train connection, so you can replace this one with the big storage and you really have no stress in pulling this out. The nice thing about the central hub is you can see how much crops you have and always store a good amount of crops. And if you see, okay, my in August my farms, my crops are running out, you know that you need an additional farm. If you have only farms and no central storage, it will not be so easy. To make this central storage a lot easier, go to the workshop, search for the biggest grain elevator and connect it simply. You can connect one grain elevator to one loading station, or they have even a loading station, let's say 10k of grain, and you're also golden. But I want to share this idea because there's a little bit more to it, how to make it work. Okay. So you see here we have every train which has these wagons. Oh, let's go back to the day. Wait a minute. Okay. Brightness. Yeah. We have a situation which is not so good. So because we have 2 trains which are unloading, and every carriage which is this style is incoming, and we have 1 train exporting which is lurking around somewhere here. Where are you? Hello? Yeah, here. He's currently exporting. But the 2 trains, so this hub is on a high load because there are at the moment a lot of trains importing. So let's see. This line here. This is the single line which imports from the farm. And then we have a second line, which should be this one, which is, oh, they're all single lines. Perfect. So let's clean this a little bit up. This chappy we don't need. Okay. So we have the grain import trains, which are these ones. Where do you stop? Okay. He's a train which goes to the border and simulates a farm by importing grain. And then there should be somewhere the second train. Where are you? Hiding. Ah, the second train is right next to him. Because this one is the farm train. Okay, good. So, but we have... Let me assign you. Okay. They are both the same team now. We have now a situation which is quite bad because they are both unloading and the export is full and the import is also full. So they cannot unload fast. They can also only unload so fast as the trucks here in my distribution office go. What can you do? Buy bigger trucks, which are not vanilla. These are the biggest vanilla trucks in the mid-game. Or get a bigger distribution office and pull out more at the same time, which you can also do. But keep in mind, more trucks equals also more traffic. The next thing you can do is keep so double the amount of platforms here, which is also why I choose this setup, because it's scalable. You know, you can replicate this one and simply double it. Or you can use only 2 inbound cargo stops and 1 outbound cargo stops with 4 or 3 silos connected like this one. So it's easy to scale the setup. Also, you can build more blocks and rows of these ones. I will come to a little bit of optimization later on, but I choose these because they are realistic looking, in quotes. Yeah. Okay. So, we have a situation which is quite bad, because we cannot export anything, and the import is blocked. What can we do? First, we can, if you don't want to add additional platform to have an export free, we can make them go only on one platform, which should be like this, and we say, okay, we have two signals, we can use the signal as a waypoint. Like this. Good. And the same goes for him here. Wait a minute. So he goes to the warehouse. After that he should go to this point. And then hopefully he takes it. Yeah. So the left one is always for import. The right one is free for export. I don't need to tell the export train, which is coming here, to use the other one. He will choose a free one, which is okay. But maybe we will tell him to use the other one to have it clean. So he goes here, he goes to the customs house. After the customs house, he should take this one. Let's tell him that. Okay. Let's take a look if this works. Like I said, they are slow. He's waiting. He could go load and go away, but he can't because they are blocked. And this is bad. This is a deadlock situation. You don't want to have this one. And this is why I make a separate video about the hub, because I want to show some concepts how to avoid this one and simply make intelligent design. What does not help you is a lot of rail, which is nonsense, non-blocking junction or something. It's totally, yeah, nonsense. These level junctions are totally fine. Most of the problems are logistical problems and not non-blocking junctions problems. So you see there, because I have changed signals in the inside, they are waiting until they get here into this block. Then nobody will move here and block the whole situation. Okay, I don't want to wait until the end of time, so I tell him you can go to your next stop, even though you haven't unloaded. It's also a possibility. I tell them to wait until unload here in the stops. And you can say, okay, don't wait until unload, simply try to unload what you can and go away. But it's also bad because you will increase your traffic. So you see here, he will pick the empty platform, he will load quite fast, so we'll pull out from these and this, and also from the opposite train, which is beautiful for our problem. Okay. He will go. They both go? Okay. Yeah. And they do what they told to do. Okay. But the next problem is around the corner. So, here we have the next problem, which is they are waiting. And our export train still can't get no grain because all are waiting for the one free platform. So we haven't changed much in a way, but we are working forward towards the solution of the problem. So if you have waiting trains and you tell them, okay, you only can go here, and our exit trains are always free. This is why chain signals are really important for this one. Always for junctions, so never let trains block your junction. We can extend this one and make waiting tracks for this one. So let's say we build a track here, and these waiting tracks always have to be at minimum the length of one train. We have, and this is good if you always build a purpose-built rail network. So do the things you need to do because you expect train traffic, and don't try to make a general purpose rail network where you don't know anything. For example, I have here a single line because I know there's only a single train here, so you can build a single line and be happy. Don't need to build double lines. I don't need a freaking flying junction here because you see what happens. I will gain nothing. They still will wait. I have 2 trains for simulating this part of the leg, so 2 trains for import and 1 train who wants to export. This means I have at max 3 trains, which means I need 3 waiting blocks here. Not more, not less. I can do one more, so I have a bypass track, which would also be nice, but it's not important in this situation, but you can do it. So have a bypass track here. He don't want to go in. Thank you. Swine. Let's see. You want to go in? Okay. He clears off, so you have a little bit better view of the situation. Oh, he's confused. No, he isn't. Okay. And let's stop it for a while, so we can see the fix in a moment. Like I said, the only thing is, the game is quite intelligent about dynamic routing and some things. Other games don't do it as good as Workers and Resources do. It's really nice. But on the other hand, train can be a pain in the behind if you don't know what you are doing exactly and have blocking setups or whatever. We remove this one. Okay. And we get a nice new color. And then we say, okay, this is a block, this is a block. Also, we could make a chain signal or a blocking signal, which is, both are fine. I make a chain signal so nobody stands in the way of this junction. So they only enter if they can enter and go into the block. Okay. So our color changed, which is good. Good. So now every train which comes in has the opportunity to wait, and the most important thing, which is this export train, can go and export. We will go. Oh, he is maybe confused because I stole his waypoint. No, I shouldn't. He loads? He unloads, yes. Okay, it was quite fast. So now it is safe for our trains to wait. On a little bit more speed. I've created a situation where I have a minimum amount of rail. It is not a ginormous thing of everything. It simply is purpose built, which helps reduce your cost and also your efforts, and it's easier, I think. If you start to have something general built, you will start to wrap around your every situation you can come up with, but not the situation which come up with. So, yeah. Okay, nice. So now we have, this one is waiting for unload, this one is also waiting for unload, and this one is waiting for unload, and we have a free way for our export train. Which is... Where are you, my friend? Hopefully he comes. Yeah, he's exporting. Okay, he's moving. Let's see. So he's now coming. They are all waiting because this is the slowest point here in our setup. They are simply take their time to unload this train, which is totally fine. But with this setup, where are you? He can drive through because he has a free way to his endpoint. And this is a little glimpse of trains and rails and logistics, which I think many people can improve on. And it's a very nice thing. So, you know, not building bigger systems and bigger junctions and flying junctions and so on. It's nonsense. You need to put your head to it, wrap your head around the problem and solve it. So you see, next one is waiting, he is waiting, everything is fine. Yeah. And your system is functioning, not deadlocking. The problem is if you have deadlocking junction. Okay. So far, this is everything about the hub. It's not the be-all and end-all solution for everything, but I think it's a nice system and it works fairly stable and it should work good. I see no problem with this hub. Even if it's overfilled, so even if these buffer storages are full and these buffer storages are full, you can always pull out grain out of this one. Okay. So let's finish up with some comments. I love them. Keep them coming. One of the comments which came quite often is, Dennis, use this setup. Oh, no good. Sorry. Have a loading station and have 4 of these grain silos connected to the loading station. So like, say like this, this, this. And I'm not deliberately building something in a way, but here you are. And you have 1 drop-off point, and you can load 4 silos, which is 1 silo more, 800 tons more for 1 drop-off point. You can use this setup for your farm, if you have a distribution office farm. And you can use it here, like these rows. But I like my rows. I don't like excessive factory connection lines, for example, and here we are in spaghetti land back. So this one is valid and fine, and it's your taste. Either I use this one, but you see also the space, which so in the end I'm concentrating more space on a shorter level. Next thing is, if you have a cargo loading and unloading station, it's usually the fastest way to load and unload the stuff you need to load. But I have measured it, and it's interesting. The grain elevator has the same speed by loading and unloading as the cargo station. So you don't make nothing wrong or right. You simply ask yourself, do I want to have 2 parking spaces or 4 parking spaces loading at once? Which is a design decision, and you can pick and choose. Yeah. Another decision you can take is if you are on vanilla and if you want to have... Let me bulldoze something away. Bye. If you're on vanilla and you want to have a high dense, simply a drop-off point, not a whole system, which you can replicate, like I said, with mods, very easy. You can do such a thing. And connect 4 of these silos to it. 5. If I don't screw it up. Let's say like this. There are other possibilities to make it work nicer looking, for certain. But yeah, here you are. So if you want to have a farm with a rail connection like this and want to have a simple drop-off point for 1 farm, this one is also a great solution, because you have 5 silos, so 5 times 800 are 4,000 tons, in addition to this one, which has 500 tons. So you can have a farm and a storage for every farm, and you can have a distribution office, for example, pulling out here. The only thing is, never let this one overfill, and always have 1 train, 1 static line, and for example, train distribution office, which is also nice. Or you have later on some truck setup where you can pull out from this one. It looks a little bit, again, a little bit spidey, but it's also very compact if you put some work into it and make it nicer looking. It's very compact, and every silo is accessible by road. Yeah. So there are always alternatives. I only show one alternative, how to make it work and how to make a central storage work, because I haven't seen many central storages in other playthroughs. And you can also make use of mods, or you can use of other goods. So you can also realize this one with warehouses, with modded warehouses. Usually the easiest way is to connect simply a hunking big warehouse or hunking big storage to this central station. But I told you what can go wrong, what can go right, and how to prevent problems and how to optimize it. You can come up with your own ideas. So, hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye.